Hello? Hello? Oh boy. Some light in this place.
Hey,
Hello?
hey,
How's it going?
fine. How you doing, man?
Good. We
Good.
literally just got done watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie from 1991 or whenever it came out. The one where
No way.
the live action, yeah.
There's a pastor you can listen to named Jeff Durbin. He was the one who
Yes.
played Michelangelo, or it was one of them. Donatello, maybe.
Oh, you were telling me that. Yes. Was it for
Yeah,
that movie? Or
yeah.
was
I
it?
think it was for that movie because he was
Oh.
like a national junior jiu-jitsu champion or something.
Oh, he played Johnny Cage in the Mortal
Johnny
Kombat
Cage.
live tour in 96, as well as Michelangelo and Donatello in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise. All right, I'm not gonna
I
edit that part out, but I'm gonna edit the rest of the conversation out.
oh, right. Yeah, yeah. That's about the highlight. Yeah.
Speaking of being at the top of your game, what was it like to grow up a Bowden Beaver slash Wolverine?
Yes.
A
Well,
Wolverine,
Wolverine's till the
a
bitter end.
Weaver. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
Yep.
ahead.
No, I grew up on a farm, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Well, not quite, but you could see it from there. But it was pretty remote. I was an only child, so I had that going for me. And my parents were school teachers, and they moved back to Bowden in 1976. I was born
Wow.
in 77.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
I can identify with being born in 1977. So
Yeah, you can, huh? It's a good year. Yeah, yeah. No, so yeah, I grew up on a farm. Um, went to the Bowden Church of God.
was the only child thing by design, or
They couldn't have more.
oh,
But
okay?
they tried for it was going on 8 years to have a kid,
Oh,
and you know, the Lord blessed them with me.
yeah.
So, you know,
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna say you were either too awful, so it made them not want to have more, or you were
yeah.
too perfect, so they knew there was nowhere to go but down.
And since we're talking about like a testimony, I was saved when I I think when I came to know the Lord, I was about 8. I was saved in Hertzfield. There was it's actually we had two guys come to school. They were actually like undercover drug police officers from like Mexico, and they'd been all over the place, and they were really cool. And yeah, and they gave an invitation, and I stood up, and I actually meant it. Yeah, from there it started. So
So that was in public school,
well,
or was
they
it just a event?
they did one of those things where they come to Bowden, and then they say, if you want to hear the rest, come back tonight.
Oh,
And kind of a teaser kind of thing.
yeah,
But yeah, they were telling all kinds of gnarly stories about all the drugs they'd
yeah,
seen, people getting shot, and it was pretty lurid. So it was
yeah. Wow, that's
I was
crazy.
captivated. So
So it was like a lyceum with a nightcap at the church or
yes,
something. Okay.
yes, it was.
Wow.
So yeah, it
That's
was cool.
crazy for to think that Bowden would think of bringing like Mexican undercover agents in for a lyceum. That's kind of blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know whose idea was that, but
We
yeah,
have people that made balloon animals. So
yeah.
could you tell a difference between? I mean, since you're 8 years old, I don't know if you could tell a difference from before you knew Jesus till after. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Yep. BC to AD, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could. Um, not. It wasn't like just the light bulb came on and everything was different. It wasn't like I was saved when I was an older person. I mean, I'd grown up in church, so it was kind of a slow progress. I was kind of wondering, okay, now that I'm a Christian, what do I do? I remember sitting in the car after that and like, now what?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But the Lord, it was just, well, obviously that's your point of salvation, and then there's sanctification, which is your lifelong journey. And boy, I can just think of so many highs and lows along where I just it was going good, and then it absolutely wasn't. And you grew up in that community too. It's not like Bismarck where there's a lot of other Christians because there's so many people to pick from. I
Don't you
had six
compare
people.
Fessenden to Bowden. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right. Yeah. Yeah, you guys were huge. Yeah, you
Yeah,
had like
I'm
three
kidding.
times the people. No, there were 5 boys and 1 girl in our class. And I think that was the biggest struggle growing up is I wanted friends and I ended up doing stuff that, I wouldn't have done, but
Yeah,
it's like, and I felt like a hypocrite a lot. And I really was because I was too much of a coward to stand up for what I knew to be right.
yeah.
And I think if if I have any regrets, just that.
It's tough growing up in a small town. It's a unique experience. So,
Hopefully I
well, I
learned
wasn't
something from
really
it.
burning it up for the kingdom at that point either. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted friends. I wanted people to like me, and we switched churches at the beginning of my junior year, which really changed.
Hmm.
How I have started to view things, even if it was like subliminally. That's why it's so important to be a part of like a good church, because
Yep.
even if you're not like fully engaged, like when you are around the word being taught and preached, and you're around
Yeah.
people who are faithfully obedient and loving in a Christ-like manner, like it changes you, and
Hmm.
you start seeing the truth.
And moving on from high school, I was just sick of high school and stuff. I was ready for college, and
Yeah.
actually my freshman year of college was really huge for me.
Hmm.
I started dating my wife, but that actually wasn't the biggest part of that year, because she was back in North Dakota here, and I went to the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. I was going to try to be an engineer, and I wasn't quite quite ready for that. But it was really huge in the fact that I was able to make decisions on my own. I could, I remember walking up to the dorm and I remember just thinking like, I could be anything I want to be. I could be as bad or as good as I want.
Oh, I
And,
thought you were talking about like an astronaut or a
oh yeah, no, no, everybody,
microbiologist or something.
yeah, no,
Okay. You mean
no,
morally
I
anything?
meant morally. Yes.
Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no. And, right away I started to, kind of get with a kind of a tough crowd, but then, there was InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. They had a really strong group down there, and I was a Christian. I knew better. It's just like, I better get involved here. And that was actually probably the best decision of my life. I'm so thankful for InterVarsity because I had a sociology professor who was a really charismatic guy. Um, he was kind of a outdoorsman, and he was really thoughtful, and he and I got along really well. And but he tried to take me down some paths where like doubting God, and I mean we got into that, and I think that was one of his missions, is to kind of, I
Yeah.
don't know, I don't know what his deal was. It's like looking back and it's like, what are you doing? You're trying to sway these 19-year-old kids, and I don't know, but man, if I wouldn't have had that, I don't know. I don't know what would
Yeah.
happen. But
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
something I wish I would have been asking some of the other adults that I've done this with, is just about like if they've had any experiences with professors or classes like that at all. That
yeah, they should be ready. I mean, even if you're going to a Christian college, there's some people that they're they're not necessarily good for you. So it's important to stay in the Word. I mean, just read your Bible. I know it maybe sounds old fashioned.
Can I ask you maybe some of the things that professors said or did that were where he tried to test you?
Just about uh, you know I'm a good person. I don't think we really need to believe in a God to do that. I mean, we can just um, we can just be good to each other. You don't have to believe in any one specific God. Why put that?
Yeah.
Why do you have to hold to that? I mean, so the rules and everything. I mean, you just got to live your life and try experiences. And
At this stage of my life, having experienced stuff, some of those guys, I'd say like a good majority of them, prey on people who are not able to critically think about what those guys are saying. Like, so they're saying things that aren't like what we would even say or argue or believe, and then they're picking on people who are just kind of vulnerable. What do you think's like most important for a high school student to do to have a thriving faith? I know you said be in the Word, so I just didn't know if there's anything else on top of that. But
Yeah.
looking back,
Yeah. Like the old saying goes, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So just, man, keep the company you keep is so important. And that goes now, I mean, that's even online. People that just don't edify you.
yeah,
It really, man, like I say, you can really, these years are easy to waste. They're really critical. So
yeah, you're forming things
yes,
you will believe and do for the rest of your life. And
yes, yes.
it's just, it's a critical point. Yeah.
The longer I live, the more convinced I am the Bible is the right way. The Bible works out. It just does. It's so just
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it sounds weird and it's not fun. It's not pretty. It's not the new
Yeah.
shiny toy or whatever, but
Yeah.
it works.
Can I
Yeah.
pray quick and then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Please.
All right. Father, thanks for Mike. And I'm just so thankful that I get to be at the same church as him. It's just a joy to see what you've done in his life and his family, and how you are using he and Amy to just really uh, disciple their kids. And I pray that you would provide everything they need and just bless them. And yeah, thank you so much that he felt the call to come and serve students, Lord. And I pray that you continue to use them in people's lives. Excuse me. Pray this in your name, Jesus. Amen.
Hey, I
Awesome.
better let you go.
Yeah.
You
All right.
edit this thing and
Yeah.
you can cut out like 90% of what I
No,
said.
this one is gonna be 45 minutes. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to you later, man.
0 views later.
Yeah.